Hi everyone, my name is Jerry Galindo. I am your FYE guru for this brand new season of the FYE Podcast, Season 5. I'm super excited to introduce my amazing co-host that we're going to have from today till the end of this year. And that's going to be Natasha Gonzalez, Gerson Salinas, and Nady Rodriguez, which is a new face if you haven't seen her around. But we're really excited to be I'm really excited to be with this amazing crew. And just to reiterate, this is the newest season of the FYE Podcast, that meaning that it's going to be a lot different. We're going to have to start actually going in person to campus coming this fall and recording podcasts in person safely with the guidelines provided by CDC and UTRGV in general. But we're super excited. Just to start off, we're just going to reiterate what we do at FYE, what we do at UTRGV, and go from there talking about the rest of our excitement for this year. But once again, thank you all for coming and listening to this podcast. So my name is Jerry Galindo. You've probably seen me in a lot of first-year experience media, and I am basically a mass communications marketing English major at UTRGV. And I'm a senior. I'm expected to graduate later this year in the fall, and I can't wait to see a lot of you on campus starting in the fall and in the summer if you all are coming on summer. But that is basically who I am. That is what I do. I work with the social media team. I work with the podcast team, work with the programming, work with everyone, and I'm really excited. But I'll go ahead and introduce my other guests and have them I'll introduce my other co-hosts and let them talk a little bit about what they do at UTRGV. So from there, I'll just introduce Nady Rodriguez.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nady Rodriguez. I'm also a senior expected to graduate this coming fall. So I'm really, really excited about that. And you may be wondering what I'm studying. Well, wonder no more. I'm going to tell you. So I'm a mass communication major with a concentration in broadcast, and I just love it. I'm also a guru for FYE, meaning you'll see a lot of my face, especially here in the podcast and on social media, which I'm actually doing a takeover this week. So follow along and you'll see my face just bombard you with Instagram stories. But I hope that you guys enjoy them, and I'm here for any questions that you may have, especially incoming freshmen, but anybody. And I'll be on campus starting this summer to next fall. So if you guys have any questions, or if you see me walking around, just be like, hey, I know who you are. And I'll be like, you're talking to me, because I told them to say that. Okay. Well, that was me, and that's what I do. And I'm going to pass it on to my next guest, Natasha Gonzalez.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. My name is Natasha Gonzalez. I am also a guru. I also, like my co-hosts, do a little bit of everything on our team. So if you've seen my face on like our different social feeds, that's why. But as far as like what I'm studying, I am an English major with a mass communications minor, and I'm really loving it. Don't know exactly what I'm going to do in the future, but I'm going to take this summer to figure that out. But yeah, that's me. And so I'm going to pass it off to Gerson.
All right. So hi, my name is Gerson. I am a junior. Well, I think I'm supposed to be a senior this next semester, but I'm not entirely sure. It's kind of confusing, but I think I'm a junior right now. And I've been with FYE for 1 year, I think, almost a year, or almost exactly a year. And I'm very excited that we're finally gonna get to work in person. That's very exciting. And yeah, I study theater. I have a concentration in film, and I have a minor in art. So if you guys have any specific questions about those artsy majors, maybe I can help with that. But I'm happy to help with anything in general too.
Thank you so much, guys, for introducing yourselves. I just wanted to make it clear that this is a new season, so I wanted to make sure any new viewers that are watching know exactly who we are, know our background moving forward. And what's fantastic is, I talked about this a little bit earlier, but next week, we're actually going to start recording in person. So we're going to do a couple episodes geared towards in-person life, getting back to UTRGV. We went a year, kind of locked away at home, taking online only classes, but what's important is that the UTRGV community has managed to still stick together, and we're moving into fall in person. And I just wanted to get everyone's thoughts on that. I know we talked about it earlier when vaccinations weren't as big, and like the idea of getting back on campus was kind of far away. But now we're moving into the summer, enrollments are moving up, we're getting towards like the finish line, ending summer and moving into fall, which is expected right now to be fully in person. And I think with the help of everyone doing their part in taking the taking the COVID health regulations that they need to, getting vaccinated, that's going to be a lot more comfortable for a lot of us vaqueros. So I just wanted to ask everyone's thoughts. Like, are you excited about moving into person on campus, or do you have classes where already registered that are in person? I'll go first in saying that I'm actually happy to have a couple of my in-person classes to be with my fellow guru here, Natasha. And I'm excited. It's going to be a whole new minor that I'm working on, and I can't wait for it to I can't wait to actually be in a classroom again and like talking one-on-one with my professor. So I just wanted to hear y'all's thoughts. I guess we can do it the same order. Nadine, Natasha, and Gerson, if y'all want to share your thoughts on like going back in person, and what kind of regrets or kind of anxieties do you have around that? Because I'm sure like everyone's going to have one or two. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, hi everyone. I actually do have a few classes in person this upcoming semester, and even in the summer as well. I have an synchronous ceramics course that's just like a free elective for me. But I'm fortunate to be vaccinated, and with that, I've been safe, thankfully, from COVID throughout the whole pandemic. And so this will not be my first in-person class or like integration. However, I'm really excited to be able to socialize with other people. Hopefully they'll be vaccinated as well. And if not, at least be taking the precautions necessary to ensure that, we keep everybody safe. And it's just such a great learning experience, especially for our university. I love the ambient that our university has, and to just be able to see so many students come together, it's something really special. And so I'm really excited about that. I'm excited for some of my fall classes that I have, because like I mentioned, I am scheduled to graduate this fall. So it makes me really excited to know that I'm learning skills that I will be implementing into my future career. And they're just so closely related with what I want to do. So it's such a joy to be going into school every week. Yes, I'm going to pass it over to Natasha.
Yeah. So like my input on this is like, it's crazy to think how like now I want to go to school. Like when before, like pre-pandemic, it'd be like such a drive. It's like I have to get out of bed, I have to get in my car, I have to drive, I have to find parking. But now it's just like I crave that experience. It's like I want to be around people again. But yeah, I was super like extremely excited, but then like the whole mask mandate happened, and now I'm just a little bit nervous about like how it's gonna work if like students are gonna take it upon themselves to still wear masks. I mean, I hope we will. Like I strongly encourage it. I'm gonna be wearing my mask like for the most part all over campus. But yeah, that's the only thing that's making me a little bit hesitant about like returning to campus. But yeah, I'm really excited of having a class with Jerry. If anything, if there's not anything else, at least I have a class with someone I know who's awesome.
That's what I'm excited about as well, because I am taking that ceramics class with Nady, and I just think it's gonna be super fun. I love art. It's my minor, and to have it with someone that I like so much, I think it's gonna be awesome. I was gonna say that I'm very excited as well. I miss in-person classes too. I remember having a hybrid course when was it? Fall, I think. I don't even remember. It's all kind of blurry. But it was the first hybrid class that I had since the pandemic, and it felt like so much fun. Like, it wasn't even like we were doing anything cool. It was like a theater class, and we are kind of just going over like theater lights things. But it was just so cool to have people, and like to have like just those conversations that you don't really have on Zoom, because everyone's muted listening to the professor. So to be in a classroom, you can kind of have like, well, it's weird to explain what it, I don't have to explain it because we all know what it is, but it's kind of weird to not have it and then to go back to it. And it felt really fun. I remember coming out of that class and telling Nady that it was like the best class that I've had. And it's not even like, and in Zoom, it was like not one of my favorite classes, but just going to it in person was really, really cool.
Yeah, I think it's I don't know. It goes back to that discussion that we always have with our entering freshmen when they ask, well, what form of class do you prefer, online or in person? And it's a hard answer because I feel like with some degrees, especially STEM oriented ones, not calling them out, but I'm just saying with STEM oriented degrees, those are more not as hands on, I feel. Like, I remember taking my social sciences psychology classes, and those were like doable to do from at home. Like, you could totally read a textbook at home. You can watch videos at home that the instructors would assign. But none of it was so in person. But with something like theater, or something like mass communications, where you're like on the field reporting and writing your scripts and like getting your camera, those degrees are really important to do in person, and they're really hard to do outside of a classroom or outside of like UTRGV, because like you're going to be home, you're going to be like stuck at your desk trying to do something that you would have done in person. And it's just not the same. So I feel like it depends on the degree that you're going for, but um, I'm happy that now we're moving past it, and now like we're moving into the fall, and those students can like start taking those classes again. But it just depends on the person, because lots of people they don't really need in-person classes. They are more independent and can just do everything from home. But some students, the majority of students, aren't like that. Like, they want to be in person, they want to meet and like actually talk to their classmates face to face. So I think fall's going to be great. It's a great year for freshmen and even their second year students that were already we want them to feel like freshmen again, just because like it wasn't officially your first year if you were like stuck at home, like this is going to be technically our second year students' first time walking the Bronx Trail and like going to Brownsville, and we want to make sure that they feel like they weren't ever robbed of that experience. So I just want to like hear y'all's thoughts, like when you all were freshmen. What were your like first thoughts of like walking the campus, and where did you get lost going to your first class? Like, what kind of emotions did you feel when you came to UTRGV, either in Edinburgh or Brownsville?
I
Oh
think.
goodness. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go.
Oh, I was just gonna say that my first semester of college, I actually went to school in Brownsville, and I'm from Edinburgh, so I would make the drive over every week. And I remember feeling so overwhelmingly scared because my classes were late at night and I didn't know where anything was. And it's such a beautiful campus. They both really are, but it's so like tropical. It feels like you're in a hotel somewhere like so beautiful. I don't know, or at least that's how it felt to me. And I remember being so scared and having my mom walk me to class the very first day because I just was so nervous. And I was like, Mom, drive with me to Brownsville. I'm so scared. I don't know where my class is going to be. And it's such an interesting thing because I was like already 18 at the time, and it was just such a scary experience. But as time passed, I fell in love with both campuses. I'm so on board for just being in there and meeting people, and like when you see everybody just like walking past you and they're smiling or they're on their phones, but you're like, they just got out of a class, or like they're hangry because they probably had to wake up early to get to class, or parking was such a hassle. I don't know. I think it really makes for the experience to feel uniform, even though everybody's living their different lives. It's like we're all like struggling and you know, having this experience together, and it's really, really cool. Sorry, go ahead, Gersten.
I was just gonna say that I think I was late to all my classes the first day, because I was trying to find them like right then and there. Something that I recommend like in every orientation that we've been doing is like to go to campus before when you have your schedule ready, and just look for all your classes, so you won't be lost the first day like me, because it is either one of them. I haven't been to the Brownsville one as much, but I know that it is pretty large too, and it's easy to get lost. And it seems pretty hard. Like it seems like really, I guess I would get worried. Like it's so big that I'll never know it. You know, like I'm always gonna be lost, and it seems like it's always gonna be hard to find your way. But you kind of get used to it. And I mean, as long as you know which buildings and rooms your classes are at, I think you'll be fine. And then from there you can go off road, exploring other places in the school, and it's really cool. And there's really pretty spots to find, and the buildings are really, really pretty and everything. So it's really enjoyable. It's just like at first it seems a bit scary. Natasha's cat.
I think Natasha's cat needs to. Do they want to add anything?
No, he's being like very nosy. He's like,
He wants attention.
But my first experience on campus, I didn't like I wasn't as fearful because I have an older sister who also is going to UTRGV. And so, like, she's the one who gave me the tour. She's the one that showed me around. And so, like, knowing that I had someone else on campus that, like, has gone through it before, it made me feel more secure. And also, I had a cousin, like, going in at the same time as me on the same campus. And so, both of us were, like, all, like, little like wide-eyed freshmen, like, ooh, in this building, okay, I'm gonna meet you after class here. So yeah, it was just like more like thrilling than anything, because like I got to see some old faces from high school and like meet new people, so I think it was really fun. But my second semester I went to Edinburgh, and that's where I kind of got a little bit lost, because like going in, it's so big. And I was really confused, but after like looking at the map and studying it, it's like it's just a big square, like a rectangle. Like how did I get lost? I don't understand now, but because like I got so used to it. But yeah, the first day I was like, what's going on? Where am I? Yeah.
Especially because we don't really know many people going in. Like not all of us have like a friend or a sibling going with us at the same time. And even if you do, it's like, okay, now I'm going alone to my class where I don't know anyone from like high school or whatever. Or where I feel like in high school, this is something that bothers me. Like in high school, they always tell you like, no, in college, everyone's really mean and rude and the professors don't care about you. And I don't think for the most part, it's not true. The professors kind of know what you're going through, so it's not like they're going to be mean on purpose. And they're really helpful and everything. So I think just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, I think it's important that students know that I think our whole department, like first year experience, we're here to break down that stigma of like when you go to college, you're going to feel alone. You're not going to have anyone to talk to, and you're just going to be like lost all the time, and it's your responsibility to be on these things. And like the fact of the matter is, no, you're not. Like there's hundreds of resources that we offer. And Natasha, maybe if you had the Navigate app and you were able to find a study buddy, you wouldn't have been lost your first day. So I think it's important that we break down like those kinds of things. I know when I started at UTRGV 4 years ago, there wasn't a Navigate app, and there wasn't like a UTRGV app. There also wasn't even like a Campus Shields app. Those things just kind of happened gradually as I moved forward with my career, my college career. And now I'm so happy. Like, I'm so fortunate that all our entering like freshmen and like even the students that we had a year ago, like they're in this. We've developed a lot as a university since 2016, and yeah, I think I'm really excited. I'm excited for the future, and I think COVID is one of those things that like really pushed us to like be more together and not feel so alone. And yeah, I'm happy that that you all could like recall those memories you had. I know, Natasha, you were still a freshman, right, or a sophomore when COVID hit, so that must have been really interesting for you coming in like in this crazy time.
Yeah, it was so weird. I was reflecting on it with you, Jerry, like maybe last week or the week before, and it's so odd to think that like more than half of my college career thus far has been at home online. And because like it was like I've done 2.5 semesters online and 1.5 semester in person. So it was like it like tripped me out. I was like, no, I don't want this. Like I don't want that to be my college experience. But I mean, COVID happened, so like I think just trying to switch that mindset and make the best of it. And like understanding that we did have to become, I guess, more technologically like advanced, so that's like a positive thing that came out of it. But yeah, it was just really weird, especially that like 1/2 semester of the spring, because it was just like everyone was kind of, it was new for everyone and getting used to it, and like some professors picked it up, like it took longer for them to pick up like Zoom and like how to work it. And yeah, I'm not proud, but I did like leave my camera off for the most part, like throughout the rest of that semester, because I was like, that's embarrassing. And like now it's like I feel uncomfortable not having my camera on. I want people to see my face and see my reactions and see that I'm engaging with them speaking. But yeah, it was just like a different time. It's crazy to think about.
Yeah, and now, I mean, I just took my vax. I think the start of moving out of this pandemic and kind of focusing on the future started when vaccines rollout happened. Personally, for me, like when I took the vaccine, I took it fairly early back in February, and I felt like as soon as I got the second dose, I felt like I was making a step forward to get rid of like to kind of move back into like in person. And I truly felt like my year kind of shifted. Like 2021 started feeling not so much like 2020 when I got my vaccine personally. And I just want to hear y'all's thoughts, like when y'all got the vaccine. Like, what is your opinion on the vaccine? Like, were you like all for it? Were you like ready to take it, or was there hesitancy? And just in general, like, do you feel like we're like actually moving away from this pandemic when you like took the vaccine?
Yeah, for sure. I know for me, I kind of feel bad because I almost like hoodwinked Gerson into taking it with me, because I had kind of heard like I guess like negative propaganda about vaccines in general. But I did a little bit more research, as well as listened to a couple of people's personal like testimonies about their experience with it. And for me, it really seemed like the positives outweighed the negatives by a trillion billion. I was like, if I become a zombie from this, but there's like a slight like 10% chance that I'll be able to like go out into the world, not get my family sick, not get sick myself, or like, you know, just like feel better and more comfortable about the experiences that I have out in the world. Like, why wouldn't I take it? Like, what is there to lose? You know, like, especially because it's so draining. I'm such a social person, and to be in my room and feel like awkward, because Zoom kind of does that thing where if you talk but somebody else is talking, it kind of like mutes them for a second to hear like what you have to say. And I laugh at everything, so it's really hard to kind of have to take a step back and not be myself, because I'm like trying to adjust, but it's not really me, and I feel like it kind of takes away from everybody's experience. So it was really, really great. Like when I first got the vaccine, And just like the whole experience of it, I know I had personally been like a little bit scared for like my own health. So it was just kind of really, really great to know that there's a little bit of hope. And it also takes the second guessing out of it, where it's like, I feel comfortable. Even if there's somebody else that isn't vaccinated, I'm like, all right, that's your thing. But I know that I'm safe and that I'm going to be okay when I get home, and, like not bring that into like my environment with my family. So yeah, that was kind of like the reasoning for it for me.
Yeah. My reasoning was also very similar. Because like I did hear kind of some scary things, but like I think it's just like so that people could fear and like not get it. But I think yeah, it's better to be safer than like sorry, because like you hear like of a lot of like really bad cases where people get affected really, really badly. So my whole family, we're all vaccinated, and like it's awesome because it's like I could go see my grandma whenever I want, and like we wouldn't go see my grandma like last year because like we didn't want to go get her sick. My mom works at a school, and like when the school opened back up, like she was like, no, we can't go because like just in case like so I think the vaccine is awesome, and it's crazy to see how like our habits have adjusted, because like I realized today was the first day, because like I went to have breakfast with my grandma, and today was the first day like le saludé de beso, like I gave her a kiss on the cheek, and it's like that hasn't happened in like 2 years. Like it's crazy. And like last month someone shook my hand, and like I'm so used to fist bumping people instead of like shaking hands, so it was like you want to shake my hand. It's crazy like how our habits have adjusted and like how it's slowly going back. But I'm really excited that the vaccine has given us like opportunities to be closer now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I find it so weird that this whole time I've been like fist bumping my aunts. Like it's so weird. I think I had what kind of worried me about the vaccine were like the side effects. I had heard a lot of people talking about it, and luckily, well, for me and Nady, I don't think we felt anything bad or anything at all. I don't think even the yeah, we're strong. Even the second dose, which is people say is the strongest, I don't think we felt anything. So maybe we're just lucky, or maybe we're just built different. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely feel like side effects is like definitely something to be worried about if you're like gonna do anything like medically related, any kind of like pre-existing conditions you may have that might put you at risk. But honestly, like the vaccine for me was like a breeze. Like I was surprised. I don't know why, but this is a tangent. But like every time I saw news about about it, or like people posting pictures about it, they would post it with like this huge needle, and they were like, it's gonna hurt, like you're gonna hate it. And I was like, what is happening? So I literally went in thinking that they were gonna like inject the vaccine into like my bone, and they were gonna use like a huge like needle, and the needle is literally so tiny and you don't feel anything. Like it's crazy. At least I didn't feel anything. So like I had like a sore arm for like 2 or 3 days afterwards, but I didn't get like a migraine or like shakes or like get really sick like some people reported. But yeah, I think so that kind of goes into what we're like what I wanted to talk about now, and it's the fact that we are actually, as first year experienced like gurus, we're gonna start working in person, like anything from events that we're thinking right now about the future, or even like I can't say anything too much, but like lots of our work that we're going to be doing soon, moving into fall, is all going to be in person. So I think a really good thing that I like am happy about is that my fellow coworkers, like you all, that we're going to be recording the podcast next week, like we're all fully okay with taking the precautions necessary, getting the vaccine. Like those are all things that I like personally as a student feel like more comfortable now, like going back in person. Yeah, Nady, the masks, yeah, like I definitely feel like it's just something I am happy that you all are like, that we're all on the same page with this, and we, we're in an impoverished area. Like the valley is in like impoverished. Like we can't like risk another like 2020. So I think I'm excited about the future. I think next week we're going to be talking a little bit about a certain thing that we're working on that's going to be shifted to in person now for students that want to come in on campus and talk to us, and that'll all be on next week's podcast. So I'm excited. I think we're already going to reach our 30-minute mark. So I'm just going to leave everyone with some I'll let everyone give some words of wisdom to our students watching, and our UTRGV community watching. And I don't know, whoever wants to go first, if you have any closing comments or wisdom you want to give, feel free to.
I don't know, we're gonna be put on the spot like this. I guess I just have to say, like, just think about not only yourself, but think about others, because you never know how people can be like immunocompromised and how different it can affect them. So yeah, just be aware and like take all the precautions necessary. Carry your Germex, carry your masks with you, and I would really encourage you to use them.
For sure, those are great words, Natasha. And it's kind of in a different ballpark than my words of wisdom, but I think that those are more important. I was just gonna say, rate my professor, degree works, navigate, and Campus Shield. Those are your best friends. Look into it. Do all the research. Reach out to us for any questions that you may have. And let's be besties, guys. We have so much information that we want to give you guys. And I know we seem like a lot, but we have Commerce Gurus too. If I annoy you, there's somebody that'll be just right for you. So reach out. I think it'll really make your entire college what is the word, career like way better. And I feel like the engagement's really what's important. So they're my words of wisdom.
There you go. I don't even have to say anything. That's perfect.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. I was just gonna cut you, but go ahead.
But no, I was just gonna say that I'm excited for next week's episode, and that our viewers shouldn't miss it, because I think it's gonna be really cool.
Definitely, I'm really excited. It's gonna look really weird because you're used to seeing us in our bedrooms, and like I don't know, it's gonna be quite an interesting experience. But I'm really hopeful that it's gonna go smoothly. And I think I can already say this, but Cynthia, our like boss and one of our like one of our like leaders here at FYE is going to join us for that one, so we can't wait for you all to meet her. But other than that, we're really excited. I don't think I have anything else I need to say. We hope you tune in next week, same time when we upload this. You'll be seeing it, and we can't wait for the future. So thank you all for listening, thank you all for watching, and be safe out there at UTRGV, and we'll see you then. Bye guys.
Bye.
Peace out. Bye, guys.